part 2 of how to make a Rainbow Loom round beach ball. In part 1, we learned how to make this beach ball. In part 2, we will learn how to make the second half and how to make it round. In this part of the video, I will go a little bit faster because we've already learned most of the steps. On the new steps, I will go slower. So with 2 white rubber bands, always using 2. Go on the center row all the way up to the 5th peg, like that. Now using ocean blue, we will go to the left and go all the way up the left until the 4th left peg, like this. And now from the 4th left peg to the 5th center peg. Same that we did with the ocean blue with the red, but on the right side. Always remember, unless I tell you not to use 2 rubber bands. Now, on the 6th right peg, the 5th right peg, use 2 rubber bands in a straight line all the way down to the 10th peg. Do the same on the other side. In the first video, we used yellow and red for this. In this video, we are using white, so then we can have white spaces between all of the colors. Like that. And now use the blue like we used before. And go from this peg to this peg. This peg to this peg, and this peg to this peg. Those rubber bands will help hold the whole thing together. Make a triple loop cap band, like this, so then you can see 3 loops, and place it on the 10th left peg, and then do the same on the right. If you want, you can make these cap bands on your Rainbow Loom. If you have any other loom that can be set up into the staggered configuration, you can also make this beach ball. Loop these rubber bands with the red arrow pointing towards you. Pushing those triple loop cap bands back, push the blue band back, and go all the way up till there. Same on the other side. This is the same step that we did in the first part of the video, but only with different colors this time. Remove this from your Rainbow Loom. It should look like this. Put these rubber bands that are on your hook onto this first center peg. Like that. Use your thumb to hold them down. Stretch these triple loop cap bands all the way down to the bottom, like we did before. Stretch them out like this. Rearrange these blue rubber bands so then they will make little triangles. Like this. That's what it should look like right now. If your loom does not look like mine does, please go back and see if there's anything you did wrong. Push back these white cap bands and grab the top rubber bands, the two tops. For me, they are red. If they are like white or ocean blue, that does not matter. Now go back into the same pin and grab the ocean blue or whatever color is on top and go back into the same peg and grab the last two whites. Loop the center all the way up to the first center pin. Push these rubber bands down that are on the first center pin since we will have more rubber bands going onto it. Push all these rubber bands back on this peg and grab the bottom two red ones. You can pull out these white rubber bands so then it is easier to see inwards and into what you're looping. Looks and loop this one up to the first center peg. Do the same with the ocean blue. Careful not to snap your rubber bands right there, because if you do, you will have to fix it. Now, taking a white rubber band, stick your hook through all the rubber bands on the first center peg. Pull this white rubber band through and pull the second loop through the first loop so it makes like a little knot. Like we did before, we can put this rubber band into this little niche right there. Go like that. Turn it back over. If you do not want to put that rubber band there, you don't have to. Remove your beach ball with your hands or your hook. This first center peg may be a little hard to get the rubber bands off. Take this like this. Pull this tight, and there you have the second side of our beach ball. Now to make this beach ball round, we will take these two sides and pick which side we like the best. I like this side of my beach ball, so I have that one facing up in my palm of my hand, and I also like this side. I'll have those facing up like this, and the side that you like the best, turn it to the inside like this. So the outside is inside and the inside is outside. Put your hook through these cap bands like this. pull a red rubber band through the cap bands and pull one red rubber band through the other. So we'll make a knot. Go into these rubber bands and these rubber bands. Grab a yellow, pull, go like that. Do the same for the next ones. Like that. If your fingers are smaller, you can do one more loop like me. But if your fingers are larger, you will just stop there and wait until I give you further directions or fast forward the video. Turn it like this and then put your hook through these loops using a red rubber band. Pull all of these loops like this and pull the first loop through the second loop like this. Oops. Pull this loop through that loop. Do this one more time if you have larger fingers. If you have smaller fingers, you will go till here. Oops, yellow rubber band. Okay, now pull all these tight, but not too tight that they snap. And stick your fingers in here and turn it inside out. I mean the outside back to where it's both out. Okay, so now you can kind of see the round shape forming. Take this blue rubber band here, this white rubber band here, and these red rubber bands here. Pull a blue, white, or red rubber band through them all. I will use a blue. Like this. I'm going to stuff this rubber band back in there. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this white right here, this yellow, and these reds. Make sure that you're grabbing these whites. Make sure that you're grabbing more than one rubber band of each color. Pull these through, yellow rubber band through, or white. Pick a color that you, and then go like this. Tighten it. With these two, you're going to tie at least 2 knots. Go like this. And now tie one more knot. Can't seem to tie these two. Okay, here we go. If you have tied these two, please fast forward the video. Got it. Okay, now tie them tight. Now you have 2 knots. Go like that. Stick your hook in the bottom of your beach ball and try to come out this side. Grab the yellow rubber band and pull it inside and try to let it go while it's in there. If it didn't come all the way through, pull it through again. Do the same with the blue and any other rubber bands that are still hanging up top. Roll your beach ball around in your hand, squish it around. Okay, now you have your very own Rainbow Loom bouncy, rolling, that you can throw and that you can catch little beach ball. Thank you for watching.